What is going on, everybody? I have a subject to talk about today. Now, as you might have noticed by the clickbait thumbnail, my mother calls all motorcycles death machines. Ever since my very first bike, when I was a kid, it was a death machine. One time, years ago, I was having some money problems and I had to sell my Ninja 600, which I loved. And she knew how much I loved the thing. But she had said to me it was one of the happiest days of her life because she never got a moment's rest while I was riding the death machine. To go along with all of this, and as a matter of fact, I'm a grown man whose mother doesn't know he rides a motorcycle. I don't like to lie to her, but I've never mentioned it. Every bike I've owned since then, I just never mentioned having. Alright, that's as close as I can get to not outright lying to her. But I just don't see the point in having her go on and on about how worried she is, or, well, not going on and on. I don't want her to worry. I don't want to hear about it, but I don't need her to worry. And so yeah, we'll leave it at that. And owning this ZX-10R, I've heard a new level of that bike's gonna kill you, or most common, and even from other motorcycle riders, if I owned that bike, I'd kill myself. Well, man, maybe you shouldn't be riding a bike then. Maybe you shouldn't ride one. I mean, if you don't have enough willpower, you know, and I understand what they're saying, that, you know, they couldn't resist the speed and they wouldn't be able to control themselves and all that. I get it. But just recently, me and my buddy were out riding all day. We were riding ZX-10 and Z900, and we were doing some sporty riding. You know, we were getting after it a bit, and we were being risky at times, and we know the risk, you know, and nothing happened that day. But later on that night, my buddy is on a 9 horsepower mini bike, just goofing around, and hurt his leg, right? So, you know, is that the death machine? You know, there's a lot of, I started looking into it after this happened. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, started looking into it, and I started looking at risks, and you know, I was gonna make a whole video going on about the risks and you know, the safety aspect of motorcycle. And just so you know, if you made it 2 minutes into this video, it's not gonna be that. There's just so many statistics out there and different ways to look at it. It's all risk versus reward, right? Riding a motorcycle, is it more dangerous than a car? I guess could be. You know, you gotta start with waking up and getting out of bed in the morning. Everything you do between that time period and when you go to bed at night, there's a risk and then there's a reward. You know, if you didn't ride in a car at all, are you safer? Sure. You know, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, and motorcycles. One thing I do want to point out, I will make a video in the future just to help out guys or gals who want to get their first bike and are trying to convince their partner or their mother to let them do it. I'm gonna make that video, I promise. to help to help with the arguments, because I remember endless arguments as a little boy with my mother, who didn't want me to have a motorcycle. And I understand, why let him do something risky? Why, she just didn't understand the love, the passion I had for it. It's a lifelong love, a lifelong passion, this motorcycle. And it's hard to say to somebody, I want you to let me do something that's risky that could potentially hurt me, right? Now, one thing, while looking at all the statistics and doing my research, one thing you can cut out of the mix right away is 25 or 26% of the people that have died on bikes were drunk. All right? So if you cut out drinking and riding, or at least getting drunk and riding, man, you're way safer, right? That's a big chunk, right? I also found out that 1/3 of the people that die on bikes, and these are all close facts, like within a percentage or so, don't have a license, don't have a motorcycle license for whatever reason. If it was suspended, maybe they never got it, maybe they couldn't get one, who knows. Look at that, there you go, baby. See, that's risky behavior, but he's got his gear on, he's got a helmet on, and that's funny, right on cue. So you got to think about things like that. Now, people look at my ZX-10R here and go death machine. Why? Because it could go fast. Sure. And maybe if you were gonna just look at it, if you looked at it in the fact that, man, I don't know how to word this. All the bikes, if you took them going their top speed and then saw how dangerous they are, then this would be one of the top ones. Although I do want to point out, this bike is meant to go fast straight. It's meant to go fast on a lean. It's meant to go fast, so it does it better than some bikes. But the point being, is it the bike, right? Is it a bike that is stupid fast? I waited a long time to get this bike. I'm definitely qualified to ride this bike. Nobody would look at the bikes I've owned and the bikes I've ridden and said, hey, you shouldn't be on it. So that's one big hurdle down, right? I'm qualified to ride this motorcycle. I could say that 100%. I put my time in on other bikes and worked my way up the ladder just the correct way. And I enjoyed myself all along the way. I'm glad I didn't hop from a 250 to a 1000. And then people say, well, get yourself a cruiser. That's safer than that bike. Well, is it? This is all so subjective, right? I owned a Sportster not long ago. Slow motorcycle, it didn't have a lot of horsepower, but it also was nowhere near as well balanced as this. It didn't stop anywhere near as well as this bike did. And if there was an issue where I needed to, get away from something in traffic, somebody coming out from the left or the right or something, I could do it much easier on this bike. So I feel safer on this. I've said this for years. I feel safer on a sport bike than I do on any other type of bike, just because they're nimble and they accelerate the best, and they handle the best, and they stop the best. So that's a lot of bests, but I feel safer on that. Maybe not everybody else, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna argue that this might not be a death machine. This one, anyhow, you know. There's gonna be risk for riding. For me, oh my God, is it worth it? I love it. Look at this beautiful road I'm out on today, talking to you nice people. You know, and thank you all for watching my videos. My channel is growing nicely, and man, it's not even June yet. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing 3 long videos a week, 3 long form videos, and I do about I think 11 shorts per week. And man, beautiful weather like this, and scenery like this, and there's endless amounts of things that I want to do on my 2 bikes. And of course, you know, one of my favorite things is doing the reviews from Blackman's Cycle and Emmaus. I just love taking out these bikes and giving you all my thoughts on them. I'm gonna be doing some, what is that down there? Oh, it's a statue. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of travel videos this summer. I'm gonna turn my Z900 into a touring animal, meaning I'm putting bags on it, and I have the headers at home for that Z900 that I bought in December, and I'm not going to put them on until after I'm done touring on it, because I don't need I want it to be quieter while I'm traveling this summer. I'm going up to New York, I'm going down south, doing lots of fun things, and I'm gonna start posting that. So my first travel videos are coming in the next month or 2. So yeah, tell me what you think about this whole situation. I think this bike is almost safer. It's not safer when I do stuff like this. I know the risk. I'm willing to take it. And it was an empty road with nobody around. So hey, you know, it's not too much of a risk to anybody but me, right? And I pick my times. Pick my times and places. I wear all the gear. And yeah. And if you want to start recording, the Insta360 Ace Pro, that's the 1RS up there. I got the Ace Pro on my helmet. I'll put a link in the description if you want to start recording your own vids. And if you're feeling generous, give me a like. All right, thanks for checking out my vid. Later.